Montana has already awarded more than $300 million in federal funding to help support new broadband infrastructure across the state, and they're set to receive another $600 million to continue reaching unserved locations. But the state also has an opportunity to apply for funding for other ways to help ensure that Montanans have digital opportunity.
If you build fiber in the ground and folks can't actually have the tools around it to access that broadband, then what have you really done?
Misty Ann Giles is director of the Montana Department of Administration, which oversees the Montana Broadband Office. Last week, the federal government announced it had approved the office's Digital Opportunity Plan, which lays out principles for programs that go beyond hard infrastructure to help Montanans access not only internet service, but digital devices and the skills to get the most out of them. The plan is targeting groups with extra barriers, like those in rural areas, older people, veterans, and Native Americans. With the plan approved, Montana can now apply for nearly $7 million to put it into action. Giles says they'll now have to make more detailed proposals on how they would use the money.
Major things, we're working with our community anchor institutions. That's a big thing we hear from hospitals, that they don't have just even proper wiring. Telehealth and access to services across the state is obviously a huge issue. Lack of devices and hotspots in areas like libraries, fire stations, things like that. Workforce development and online training.
Meanwhile, the state is also hoping to receive approval in the coming weeks to start taking applications for infrastructure grants through the BEAD program, which will direct hundreds of millions of dollars in federal money with the goal of making sure that every location in the state gets at least some broadband service.
A lot of work to do, but we're excited that hopefully we can get approval here soon and get to work.
Giles says they'll present their concepts for how to use the digital opportunity funding to a state advisory commission on May 7th. They'll have to submit their full plan to the federal government by May 28th. In Helena, Jonathan Amberian, MTN News.